we gave Dragon a lot of chances. We gave Dragon the benefit of the doubt over and over and over again. People like myself really feel like Dragon could be the strongest character in the show, but Dragon, at every opportunity, seems to prove that he has done nothing this whole time. When you think about it, we see Dragon appear in Loguetown, and he's super sick. He appears out of the clouds, and you're like, wow, that's a really sick character. I know I'm not going to see him again for a long time, but goddamn, he's really cool. The way he's presented, he's introduced as the world's strongest criminal with the highest bounty in the world, leader of the Revolutionary Army, which at that point seemed pretty crazy because we knew how powerful the Marines were. We knew that you had the Fleet Admiral, the Emperors, and then this new thing, the Revolutionary Army, and he was their leader. But what do I mean by I'm done with Dragon? Dragon has proven over and over and over again that he knows nothing, he does nothing, and he just exists and reacts to everything. You might be like, why is this egging you on now? The reason for that is the fact that I sat there and I thought about it, and I was like, in chapter 1084, Sabo was telling the story of what happened at the Reverie to Dragon and Ivanka. And I'm sitting there like, wait a minute. Dragon really has no idea who's leading the world government. He has no idea about Imu and Imu's past and the history of the world and whatever Sabo found out. Now, you can definitely make the argument, at the point of me recording this video, we do not know how Dragon's going to react to this, but I think we can confidently say it wouldn't really make that much sense for Sabo to be explaining to Dragon that Imu exists, right? That just doesn't make much sense. What was Dragon doing that whole time in terms of getting info in the world government, and who was he really fighting? Like, who is bro really fighting? When you think about it, what has he really done? And when you also look even further into it, as we all remember, Blackbeard and his crew literally ran him out of his own hideout. How does he have the highest bounty? What does he know? Because if he's super strong, why did he not just fight Blackbeard pirates? We still don't have a concrete answer to that. And you could be like, maybe it's like Nico Robin. Maybe he has some knowledge that the others don't know. But what could he possibly know to warrant that highest bounty? Now, I'm going to reel myself back a bit, because obviously this is a bit of unwarranted aggression. But there is a chance that Dragon will justify his actions to this point. I think for story reasons, and I really hope for story reasons, that he is one of the 5 strongest characters in the series right now. With him having the highest bounty, the leader of the Revolutionary Army, it would make a lot of sense. And also, like I was saying, what does he know about the Void Century? What does he know about anything that would warrant that bounty? Especially knowing his lineage too, it also makes sense that he would be super strong. I'm sure Oda will write in a reason as to why he didn't fight the Blackbeard pirates. At some point, you need a feat for a character. He was being built in this way where he was super ominous and super almost scary in a way, and he completely failed to deliver on that, because now that he's appeared more, it just seems like he's clueless on a lot of things, and he doesn't really understand what's going on in the world. And talked about it before, the Revolutionary Army lacked a lot of purpose up until like these recent chapters, and I believe Oda is assigning them their purpose now. But you have to think about when they were introduced and the amount of time we spent where we really had no idea what was going on with them. And I know a big argument everyone's going to make, they were funding weapons to nations and moving weapons and cutting off supply lines, this and that, like we saw in Dressrosa. But at some point to the audience, what does that really mean to us? Because we're not really seeing like the consequence of that. Those are fights that overall, yes, they are words on the page that mean something to us, but they're never really going to affect the story. And at some point, we need to see something tangible that really makes a lot of sense to make us understand the calamity and the strength of these characters and what impact they're going to have on the story. So I'm messing around a little bit in this video, but to be honest, like, Dragon has completely fallen on his face for me. And this moment didn't just do it. It's also not over yet, so who knows what's going to happen from here. Maybe Dragon will be like, oh, I knew the whole time. Maybe I'm hoping for Dragon to be something he's not. You cannot tell me after all these chapters that Dragon's purpose has not changed, and that when he was introduced, he definitely had a different purpose than he does now. Whether you have an issue with that or not is up to you, but I do think even if all of Dragon's motivations are revealed in 1085 and everything he did in the past makes sense, Does that just negate the other 1084 chapters where Dragon basically did nothing? Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm sure some of you are going to be quite enraged at this opposition towards this character. Maybe some of you want to join arms with me and prove that Dragon is a fraud too. It's not that deep. Just throw your thoughts down below. We're just getting started. We're going to stay consistent, and I will see you guys in the next video.